same players available at the moment. We have one more training to go.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
From that game, it's a disappointing result to be knocked out of the Women's FA Cup. What's it, I guess, the mood in the camp and the side been since? I know you've got huge fixtures coming up in the Champions League and trying to get as many points as possible in the league as well.
Yeah, so very disappointing. Not what we wanted, not the performance we wanted at all. Players were angry on Monday, and we want to do better as a collective moving forward. But we can't impact that anymore. It's behind us. So now we want to look forward, and that's on Friday, a very important game against Everton in the league. And we know we're still active in Champions League as well, so we have a big month coming up.
Lovely. Another moment from that Liverpool game was section appropriate for comments related to Taylor Hinds. I know she made it, the comments were to the official and the club are investigating it since. So I just want to get your thoughts on that moment.
It's obviously not what we want in society at all, and not in the in our women's football context. So I think it's good it's called out, and from what I understood, both Liverpool and Arsenal are investigating, and I think what Taylor did was the right thing.
Lovely. I know having spoken to you previously, and you spoke a lot about the Arsenal mentality, the Arsenal way, and silverware would be a great addition to the season. You've got the two biggest competitions in some way to focus on. Does that pose a different challenge, or do you feel like the team still have the right mindset to be successful in those two competitions?
Yeah, definitely, and I don't think it poses a different challenge. I think all games that we've been playing so far, all competitive games, they have been very important for us, and it will continue like that for the rest of the season. So we know that all games we're going to play are going to be very important games for us.
Do you think silverware is still on the cards for the team by the end of the season?
Sorry?
Do you think silverware is still on the cards for the team by the end of the season?
Yeah, I do. We have two competitions where we're still active, and we want to push and do everything and to go and get silverware, because that's very important for the club.
Lovely. And I'm looking ahead to Everton. Just want to get your thoughts on them. I know when you played them in the reverse of the fixture, they were a challenging team to break down. What can you anticipate from them coming into this game on Friday?
They are a challenging team. They're one of the most unpredictable tactically, so we'll have to be prepared. It was 0-0 at home. I think we did a lot of things quite well in that game. We just didn't score. They've recruited new players. I think they're strong at the moment. They're strong at their home ground, so we know it's a big challenge. But obviously, we also believe in what we're doing. And I watched training today on the pitch, and we look like ourselves again. So that's very positive.
Thank you, Mr. Buck.
Thank you.
Thanks. Tom?
Hi there, Renee. Thanks for speaking to us today. I just wanted to ask, after a result like the weekend, I know that you speak a lot about problem solving. How important is that kind of mentality in the team to have that kind of problem solving mentality after that result?
Yeah, it is very important. So it's important for us in games to solve the problem that's in front of us, and we can all agree that we didn't succeed last Sunday. So then it's about what do we need to focus on and emphasize moving forward. We need to leave the emotions from last Sunday behind us and look at it more objectively and constructively. And I think we did that. We had good meetings on Monday. We had a day off yesterday and we came back in. And I feel that the whole staff and players are refreshed and looking forward and energized today. So that's very positive.
I wanted to ask about Daphne van Domselaar. She seemed like she'd taken it quite a lot to heart when she conceded that goal late on. I just wondered how she was doing, whether you'd had a chat with her or anything like that.
Yeah, Daphne's been great for us. I think that goal is very unlucky. And I think that's part of football, that it's unpredictable and things can happen. And unfortunately, they got the goal that way. Daphne has saved us so many times. So she's been very important for us. And I know Seb, our goalkeeper coach, has had a very constructive conversation with her. So she shouldn't be too hard on herself. And I know all players are, because all players want to try and impact what they can impact, what's within their control. And no, but she's been very good for us. She saved us many times.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Aisha at the back.
Hi Renee, thanks for speaking to us. You spoke about the weekend's disappointment. I guess bounce back maybe from setbacks. What have you seen already and almost hoping to see from your team for the rest of the season?
I think the way we came back earlier in the season from disappointing results has been very positive, and I think how we came back in game against West Ham was very positive. I think this one was hard on us because we see that we leave the FA Cup competition, and so you could see the response from the players. They were very angry, disappointed. They wanted more, and so I see that in a positive way because I think those emotions and that frustration can lead to motivation, and that's what I saw today because we were off yesterday and we're back in, and I think we all look refreshed, and it was one of the better sessions I've had so far here. So the girls look determined to show something better, and I am as well.
And you mentioned about seeking silverware and still being in two competitions. From your perspective, what would a successful season look like? Are there metrics? Is it silverware? Like, what is that to you?
I think from the inside and the process we're in, it will be building a winning culture, and there's much to it. It's on a daily basis, what actions and behaviors we do day to day. But then, of course, a successful season for the club will be prizes at the end of the season.
You touched already upon the horrific abuse that Taylor Hinds had to endure. It's not the first time this season that we've seen players have to go through similar things. From your perspective as a manager, do you feel like more needs to be done by maybe the higher powers to protect the players that are just doing their jobs?
I think what happened during the game was the right thing. I think the action that was taken was right. I think all we can do now afterwards is look at the event that happened, investigate and try to get it right, and make sure to create a culture and an environment around our games where it hopefully doesn't happen again.
I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago about the brutality of manager sackings, and we've seen another one this week. And I was wondering whether you were surprised to see Gareth Taylor go from Manchester City.
I think they've had some good results lately, and obviously they have some players away with injuries as well. So I wasn't expecting it, but that's only from the outside. So I don't know what's happening on the inside, but obviously always sad to see people go because I know how hard work it is, and I just want to say I wish Gareth all the best in the future.
And we just spoke to Katie McCabe and how her role has evolved at Arsenal in her time here. For you as a manager, what does she bring to the team as you know, on and off the pitch?
Yeah, she's a very versatile player. I think in her position she can play different roles. She understands the game really well. She's really good with her positioning. Obviously a great left foot. She's a winner. She wants to do everything to win, and sometimes comes at a cost as well. But yeah, she's a great athlete, a great professional, and she adds to the team. But like I said, there's a lot of other players in their ways adding to the team. So I think we try to play every player, every individual to their strengths, not on the pitch but also off the pitch.
Thank you. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll come to the call now. Tim.
Yeah, hi there. Good to have you back, Dan. Just a couple of questions about Everton, and maybe a bit like West Ham. They've had a bit of an uptick of results in the new year, and they were having a lot of problems scoring goals earlier in the season, which don't seem to have as much. I know they've been able to bring quite a few players in, but are there any other kind of more specific changes you've seen in them that have led to this kind of upturn?
I think you see it, but that's what they've done all season. You see them change between systems. I think what it looks like what Brian is trying to do is to play them to their strengths and adjust to opposition. So I think that's a real strength of them. I think they've got it right now lately. But then, of course, like you mentioned, they brought in some new players that are really contributing for them as well.
And can I ask as well, I mean, the last few times Arsenal have played Everton, they've really struggled to break them down. It's a 0-0, 1-1 last year, which was hard work. I think last year at home it was a tight 2-1. What is it about Everton and their style, perhaps particularly defensively, that perhaps Arsenal have struggled with the last season or two?
I think what they do, but more and more teams, I think in the WSL, I think they shift well between an aggressive press. They recognize when they want to press as a team, but they're also very comfortable and disciplined when they defend their own goal and end up in a low block. So I think that's a strength of them, and I think we have to try and break that down on Friday.
Thank you. See you Friday.
See you then.
Brilliant. If there are no other hands on the call, we'll leave it there. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.